Mr. Joseph was a man who seemingly had it all. He possessed the air of someone who had mastered the art of life. His wife, Amelia, was a vision of grace and elegance. Her laughter was a melody that filled their home with warmth. They had two beautiful children, their laughter echoing the joy that permeated their lives. Joseph was successful in his career. He excelled in the world of finance, his sharp mind navigating the complexities of the market with ease. His colleagues envied his acumen. His superiors admired his dedication. He had built an empire, a testament to his hard work and ambition. Their home was a sanctuary, a place of love and laughter. Joseph would often look around at his family gathered in their opulent living room, a fire crackling in the hearth, and feel a surge of contentment. He had been blessed, his life a tapestry woven with threads of love, success, and happiness. What more could a man ask for? But beneath the surface of this idyllic life, a darkness lurked. A serpent lay coiled in the garden of Joseph's heart. It whispered temptations, urging him to stray from the path of righteousness. Joseph had a secret, a flaw that gnawed at his soul. He was a man who loved too many. It started subtly, a wandering eye, a fleeting moment of desire for another. But like a weed taking root, it grew, slowly at first, then with alarming speed. Soon Joseph found himself caught in a web of his own making, his life a tangled mess of lies and deceit. He would invent business meetings, conferences that ran late, anything to steal away from his family and into the arms of other women. The guilt gnawed at him, but not enough to make him stop. The thrill of the chase, the intoxicating allure of the forbidden was an addiction he couldn't resist. It was on one such fabricated business trip that Joseph met Jane. She was the embodiment of temptation, her beauty both alluring and dangerous. Her eyes held a mischievous glint, a promise of excitement and forbidden pleasure. Joseph was instantly smitten. He found himself drawn to her like a moth to a flame, his better judgment consumed by the fire of lust. He lied to Amelia, his voice smooth and practiced, as he told her he would be working late, a crucial deal on the line. He met Jane at a luxurious hotel, the air thick with anticipation. They talked, they laughed, they drank, each moment drawing them closer to the precipice. And then, driven by desire and fueled by deceit, they crossed the line, their actions setting in motion a chain of events that would shatter Joseph's carefully constructed world. At first, the encounter seemed to have no consequences. Joseph returned home, the guilt a dull ache in his chest, but as the days turned into weeks, he noticed a shift in his life. His luck, once so reliable, began to sour. Deals that once would have been a sure thing crumbled before his eyes. His judgment, usually razor-sharp, became clouded. He made mistakes, costly ones, and his superiors began to take notice. The whispers started. Questions arose about his focus, his commitment. At home, things were no better. Amelia, her intuition sharp as ever, sensed a change in her husband. He was distant, preoccupied. The joy that once lit up his eyes replaced with a haunted look. She questioned him, but he deflected, his lies coming easily as he spun a web of deceit that grew more tangled with each passing day. Driven by a compulsion he couldn't explain, Joseph continued to see Jane. She was a drug, her presence both exhilarating and terrifying. He knew he was playing with fire, but he couldn't seem to pull himself away. One night, after an evening of passion, Joseph woke with a start. The room was bathed in an eerie light, shadows dancing on the walls. He turned to Jane, his blood turning to ice in his veins. She was transforming. Her skin shimmered, her eyes glowed with an unnatural light. Horns sprouted from her head, her legs twisting into the shape of a goat's. Joseph watched in horror as the woman he had been sleeping with, the woman who had become his obsession, revealed her true form. Jane was a genie, a creature of immense power, and he had unwittingly become entangled in her magic. Joseph stumbled back, his mind reeling. He had been a fool, blinded by lust and led astray by forces he didn't understand. He scrambled out of bed, his heart pounding in his chest, and fled into the night. He couldn't stay with Jane, not now, not after what he had seen. But more importantly, he knew he had to go back to Amelia, to beg for her forgiveness, to confess the sins that had stained his soul. He had to tell her everything. But when he arrived home, his clothes disheveled, his face etched with guilt and fear, he found the house empty. Amelia was gone, taking the children with her. A single note lay on the otherwise empty kitchen table, the words stark and unforgiving. She knew.